zusammen, der Robin hier von der Musikmesse in Frankfurt und ich sitze hier mit Luzier von Korn. Ray, how
What's
you
up?
doing? Hey.
How are you, man?
Good to see you again. What's going on with Korn right now? What are you working on?
Yeah, we just tracked about 20 songs for the new Korn record. Very, very excited about it. Korn never stops. We're always doing something. Like last year was probably one of the busiest touring years of my life, and it's really busy for Korn. So we're really excited about the new tracks we just did. You know, Jonathan's singing right now, and we have about another 2 or 3 weeks, and then it should be out probably end of August, maybe September.
All right. Do you always get the songs before you go in the studio with Korn, or do you are some kind of involved into the songwriting process?
We wrote them all together. I mean, we just got in a room and kind of jammed and see what we could come up with. And there's a lot of cool elements. There's a lot of heaviness. There's a lot of modern sounds on it. I'm really stoked on how it come out. You know, people keep asking if we're going to do another dubstep record, and we already did that. You know, the last record was quite different than Korn 3. You know, 2 records ago, Korn 3 was very, old school way of recording. So this record, and dubstep record was Pathototality was what it is. This is totally different, but it's still Korn. So.
All right, cool. So we're talking about your different projects, and we just talked to George Lynch. And I was wondering that he told me that you guys have a connection to each other. What's going on there?
Yeah, I've known George for years, and everybody knows he's one of the greatest guitar players out there. And we've been talking about putting a band together as a side project for years. And we're both huge King's X fans. It's one of our favorite bands on the planet. So if you don't have any King's X records, go buy them all. They're just unbelievable. So Doug Pinnick from King's X is playing bass and singing lead vocals, and it's a band called KXM, nothing fancy, Korn X Lynch Mob. So that's nothing too fancy about the name, but really happy the way the tracks came out. All
right, what is it gonna sound like? I mean,
it's obvious because Doug's singing on it and playing bass. It definitely sounds like King's X. It can't, but it's different. It's a little bit proggy. It's definitely rock. We just got in a room and all 3 wrote the songs together, and it's cool to see sometimes when you get together like that, it's cool, and then sometimes it's not a good idea. This turned out to be a really good idea. So just a side project. We have to keep busy. We all members of Korn have projects outside of Korn. And I think it keeps us healthy. We keep creating. We're all writers, and so it's a great, refreshing thing to get out of the element of what you do on a daily basis and just create with someone else and different musicians. And I also have a side project with Billy Sheehan. It's just a drum and bass album, and it's coming out so crazy, and it's great.
Before we talk about that Billy Sheehan stuff, what's the difference in the drum setup you play with George and Korn? Do you have the same big, huge setup?
Yeah, my drums, I mean, they vary a little bit. I mean, I definitely downscaled for the KXM record, but it's what's great about creating is you can bring new sounds, new elements to whatever you're playing. So I use some different cymbal setups. I kind of made up some things. I stack cymbals on top of each other. I use very small drums. Yeah, I use like very smaller sizes on this record, and we got a really strong drum sound. I'm happy with it.
Cool. And so, what can we expect from Korn? You just told me that you guys going on tour again and come back to Germany, or what?
Yeah, we're coming back here in June. We start in the States the end of May. We do 2 weeks. We do a lot of festivals and some theaters the last 2 weeks of May, and then we come back to Europe for 5 weeks. We're doing Rock am Ring, Rock am Park, Donington, Grasspoppers. Go to korn.com/events, and all the confirmed dates are on there.
All right, cool. Thanks for coming out, Ray.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.